It is 5:08 p.m. and I call this public meeting to order. I want to thank everyone who is joining us this evening. If you want to make a public comment on the items listed under closed session agenda, please listen carefully to the directions provided by the clerk at the opening of each item. Ms. Elizondo?
Public hearing for visitors who wish to address the board on closed session items. 15 minutes of this portion of the meeting are reserved for members of the public to address the board on closed session items. Speakers seeking to comment on other items are requested to make those comments during the public comment portion of the meeting at 6:30 p.m. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. The school board is prohibited by law from taking action on matters discussed that are not on the agenda, and no adverse conclusion should be drawn if the school board does not respond to public comment at this time. If you wish to address the board on an item included in this section of the agenda, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining us remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. We will allow speakers from the audience to address the board in the order they approach the podium or appear on our screen. President Salazar, we do not have participants who wish to address the board at this time.
Thank you, Mrs. Elizondo. Seeing none, hearing none, I close public hearing and adjourn to closed session to discuss items 1A through 1D. The board will reconvene at the conclusion of closed session. Good evening, everyone. It is 7:26 p.m. and I call this regular meeting to order. Welcome to tonight's board meeting. I want to welcome the media, everyone joining us in person and via Zoom. We ask those joining us this evening to please silence any electronic devices not linked to this meeting. If you would like to make a public comment, please listen carefully to the directions provided by the clerk at the opening of each public comment period. Superintendent Lyle?
We're really happy to have you all here tonight. Thank you for your patience. We'll get moving quicker. President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, staff, and members of the public, I'd like to remind us all of our vision and our mission. Our vision states that Madera Unified will set the standard for hard work, creativity, and resiliency with a fearless drive to continuously improve. We have some examples in the room of that tonight. And we are committed to creating and sustaining a culture, enabling Madera Unified students to experience an unparalleled educational journey that is intellectually, socially, and personally transformative. That's the nature of our work this evening.
Thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Roll call. Mrs. Elizondo, please call the roll.
Trustee Duque Martinez.
Present.
Trustee Taha.
Here.
Trustee Ahmad.
Here.
Trustee Cortez.
Here.
Trustee Dybert.
Here.
Trustee Fleek.
Here.
Trustee Seibert.
Here.
Clerk Mendoza.
Here.
And President Salazar.
Here. Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Trustee Seibert, would you please lead us in the flag salute?
Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trustee Seibert. Tonight's scheduled invocation will be provided by Pastor Tim Escavera at Remnant Ministries of Madera. I invite Pastor Escavera to the podium.
Good evening, Superintendent Mr. Lau, all Board of Trustees, and also the beautiful staff of Madera Unified. Just want to say I'm honored to be here today. As we bow our heads today, just want to ask God for his blessing. Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord God, today in the mighty name of Jesus, God. And Father, we just pray, God, for your presence, God, to fill this place. We pray for your favor, but also for your wisdom, God. We lift up every one of our trustees today, God, our superintendents, God, our assistant superintendents, God, our thousands of students, God, throughout our city of Madera, God, and also our county, God. I just pray tonight, God, over this meeting, Lord. We invite you here today, and without you, we can do nothing. We pray for your wisdom today. We pray for your strength, God. We also pray for your blessing and also for your favor, God, over this meeting and over all the agenda today, Lord. We just pray your blessing and your favor, God. We thank you and we love you. In the name of Jesus, Lord, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastors Carrera. Closed session reportable action, Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, we have no items to report this evening.
Thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Adoption of the agenda, Mrs. Elizondo.
Action to add or delete items from any portion of the agenda or to discuss any consent agenda items must be taken prior to the adoption of the agenda.
Superintendent Lyle, does staff have any items to add or remove from the agenda?
President Salazar, we do not.
Thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Trustees, do you have any items to add or delete from the agenda? I start
Yes.
with,
President Salazar, I'd like to make a motion to move item 8A to item ahead of item 6.
so it's been moved by trustee Cortez to move item 8A1 to in the position of item number 6.
You have a second?
Do we have a second?
Trustee Ahmad, second.
Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board.
Trustee Duque Martinez.
Yes.
Trustee Taha.
Yes.
Trustee Ahmad.
Yes.
Trustee Cortez.
Yes.
Trustee Dybert.
Yes.
Trustee Fleek.
Yes.
Trustee Seibert.
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza.
Yes.
And President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar, I have 9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent. 2 of the votes are preferential.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Student Board Representative report.
That's where we'd go right to community, we'd go right to student recognition.
Yeah, any questions? Okay. We'll do all of them.
Okay.
Okay. Student Board Representative report, Vanessa Martinez, Lyra of Madera South High School, and Hector Hernandez of Alternative Education. I invite Vanessa Martinez, Lyra, to present the Madera High School Student Board Representative report.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
President.
I apologize. We're going to go to 8A. I just did it right now. Thank you for reminding me. Recognition of Madera, start first. Recognition of Torres High School Boys Cross Country Team, Superintendent Lyle.
So President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, thank you all for meeting and being here, waiting just a bit. We had some very important items we had to discuss, but we'd really like to spend some time honoring some students who made us really proud. So Director Bitter, if you wouldn't mind coming to the podium, and we know this is where you make your money, sir. Right, the floor is yours.
Not here at the podium. Superintendent Lyle, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and members of the board, thanks for having it. It has been a fantastic fall, and I appreciate you allowing us to come and kind of show off some of our Madera's most accomplished teams. Ironically, it's kind of family for me before I introduce them, but Jordan obviously was a student of mine. Jose was a student when I was at Madera South and one of our first, kind of the first guru of cross country. And Gary was also a student of mine at Madera South. He was a little smaller then than he is now, but nonetheless, we were pretty good when we had him. I first want to call up, this is Jordan Murphy, Athletic Director of Torres High School. He will present his coach and the section champion cross country team.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Bitter. Good evening, Superintendent Lyle, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and Board Trustees. Thank you again for having us tonight. This has been an exciting fall for us, and I'm super proud of our coach, Jose Herrera, and our cross-country team and all their success. You know, just opening Torres 4 years ago was obviously a task in hand, but you know, having our cross-country team have so much success in such a short amount of time has been amazing. 3 years ago, these guys were Division IV section runner-ups and also ranked 18th in the state of California. Then last year, they were Division IV section champions, ranked 6th in the state in California. And then this year, they were Division III section champions and ranked 5th in the state. So each and every year they've improved. So I like to call my coach Jose Herrera. And I like the guys to come up as well.
Good evening. Thank you guys for having us here. We really appreciate it. Well, I don't even know what to say. These kids work really hard. They work really hard. They start off training from the beginning of the summer, and season doesn't finish until the end of November, around Thanksgiving break, which is a state meet. We have 2 seniors that are leaving us this season. One of them is going to sign at Friendly University in Kansas. He's going to get a scholarship to run over there. The other one has a 4.2 GPA, but he's going to go to college and get his academics done. But what I was going to say, for the most part, these kids hear it all the time, where my main goal for them is for them to get a full ride scholarship at the end of their high school career, because that's the whole goal. That's how I was taught from Coach Perez, Coach Velarde back in Madera South. Last year, that was my first year coaching them. They had a team time of 82 minutes as a team, number 1 through 5 runners. This season, they ran 80 minutes with 7 seconds. Hopefully next season, we get to 78 minutes as a team time, and that'll put us in the top 50 all-time water park and cross country. The only team that is in the top 50 is Madera South, 2014 and 15. They're 45 and 50 on the list. So hopefully Torres gets to get up there on the board too. But thank you guys for having us here. These kids work their butts off. They're going to keep working hard, because the end goal here is to get Madera the state title that we still haven't accomplished. It's really hard. So hopefully we get it done. But thank you guys for having us.
Are we going to get a picture of them? Yeah,
Yeah, please.
and the boys can line up.
Those hats look really good on you guys. You earned them. They don't ever look good on us when we wear them because we didn't earn them. Stand up with them, please.
Thank you.
Hey, let's shake hands here, guys. Congratulations. Congratulations. We'll go this way. Thank you. How about you guys go this way? Go this way. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You introduce your, before you
Congratulations.
How nice it looks.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hi, congratulations.
wait till after.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Feels like I haven't seen you in a long time. You're an old man now. You're an old man, an official old man. Congratulations, Coach. Good seeing you. We're all still here. That's the good news, right?
I wanted to introduce his coaches real quick.
Please. I think that's a really good idea.
And then on our coaching staff, we have Coach Vermonti. I've known him since I was in high school, Madera South. He's been helping out. Coach Kat, this is her first season helping us out. And then we got Coach Hannah. These are all great coaches, and without them, I mean, these kids wouldn't be able to get where they're at right now. So thank you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations, Torres.
Jose was the first. He ended up running at Long Beach State of the cross country. His family very much into soccer, and then they kind of went down the cross country path. And many of us have heard all the stories about Lalo. But Lalo would not be Lalo without Jose.
He was
because
chasing his
Jose
brother.
is the one that talked him into running
Yep.
cross country. He did not want to run cross country. So that's the kind of influence that he has. So thanks, Coach, all the coaches and the kids on a job well done. Next, I'd like to call up Gary Moran, the head girls golf coach at Madera High School. And he's going to tell you, I think, a little story about, we always talk about every stroke matters, every day matters, every second matters. For them, it mattered. One stroke mattered. So, Coach.
And Gary Moran was my 4th grade student.
There you go. Yeah. And he was a professional baseball pitcher, so you can imagine this guy 60 feet away throwing a fastball at you is a little bit intimidating. My apologies, I want to introduce John Fernandez, who has been just walked in. Madera High Wrestling is having their senior night against San Joaquin Memorial, who has a first ever wrestling team. And tonight, the coach had forgot that they had a wrestling match, so they didn't show up. So we were ready for senior night. So John has been fighting around trying to get. So they showed up late. So we were able to get our senior night, and the kids actually got a match. So that's why he's running a little bit late. The life of an AD. So Coach Fernandez.
Thank you, Director Bitter, President Superintendent Lyle, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, Board of Trustees. I have the distinct honor of standing in front of you this evening to introduce, for you to recognize and honor an unbelievable set of young ladies on the leadership of our head coach in completing an accomplishment that had never been done in the history of Madera High School. First, we want to thank each and every one of you for your dedication and support with our girls' golf program, or just our golf programs in general, because you have provided an opportunity for all of our young women and all of our young men to grow with the game. Madera Golf and Country Club have really been a beacon of light for all of our golfers within the city of Madera. And again, your support and allowing our student athletes to be able to practice out there and compete on a daily basis is a true testament of the hard work that they have put together, and again, accomplishing something for the first time in school history. At this time, I'd like to hand this over to Mike to our head coach, Mr. Gary Moran.
You guys know the program we just watched?
Sync move. Mr. Lyle.
You're good. You're on.
Okay. Good evening, Superintendent Lyle, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and Board Trustees. Thank you so much for allowing us to come in and be recognized. Ms. Fleek, I'm sorry for anything that I might have done to anger you in fourth grade, but it's okay. We're getting past it. It's really cool to see everybody, so many faces in here that I've grown up with when I was little. Some people knowing me when I was super little, and now where I'm at now. And it's also very cool to come back and get to coach and help and support and be with our where I grew up, where I started from, teaching at Thomas Jefferson, coaching at Madera High School. I have extreme pride for that. The blue, the Block M, I love it. I'm trying to bring it back. The Coyotes, it just means a lot to me in this town. And these girls did an accomplishment this year that, has never been done. And I'm extremely proud of their names being etched in history, right? Them moving on, this being the group, the core group, so special to me. Many of them I knew, coached or taught when they were little, when they're 7th, 8th grade. Some of them I coached for many years. And being bittersweet, some of my seniors leaving that I coached for 5 years. So this year had so many ups and downs, but the girls were always there, always committed, always with each other. It was a special, special group of girls. And for them to accomplish by one stroke, right? Every stroke matters. Waiting there for 30 minutes before the end of the tournament, seeing what's going to happen and seeing Madera on top was just incredible. And I can't say every one of these girls was committed. They bonded together and we had a good time. I think I can speak for them, and I hope I can, that they had a great time in our program with me, and I certainly can say the same. So I'm extremely blessed to have this group. They will be sorely missed. But I look forward to what's next for all of them. They're all so committed to many different things, not just golf. And I look forward to their progress, not only as athletes, but as individuals. That's what I'm most proud of, is the people they've become. So thank you so much, Coach Fernandez, for hiring me on 3 years ago. Mr. Bitter, for letting me be your TA in 8th grade and beating you at solitaire. Mr. Schwartz, for being there at basketball. Mr. Lyle, for always being there with my mom and growing up. And I just appreciate all of you, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
Take a picture with the girls, the whole team.
I'm going to stand right behind you, Gary.
Trustees, if you would stand up.
Congratulations,
thank you,
ladies.
team.
Thank you for
Thank
making
you.
us all so proud. Very good to see you. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. My Coyote blue blood is running right now. Congratulations.
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 Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, thanks for taking time. I know you got a busy schedule, but thanks for taking time to recognize these young men and women. Appreciate it.
So, Mr. Bitter, though, just 1 second before you go, I think it's really important, at least for all of those people out in Zoom land who are paying attention to this, right? All our hundreds of thousands of rabid followers. Cross country and golf have like almost nothing in common, except for how much they have in common around sportsmanship. And we have had a long tradition in Madera Unified of shaking hands of everyone as they cross the finish line. Golf is famous for its etiquette, and the kind of people coming out of these two programs are the exact kind of Maderans we want living here, raising their families here, leading this community into the future, right? And those life lessons, when they're taught this well, live on long beyond the championship. And the championship's a unifying moment that everyone feels, so proud of, and they always will. But these lessons will go on much longer. And so I think it's really important that I know the board really cares about that. They've talked about it with me on multiple occasions, I think with you too.
Mhm.
And I think it's important in public that we acknowledge that what they did far supersedes winning a championship, right? I mean, they became the kind of people. They have something, a moment in time they can remember when they dug deep and they found that teamwork and all of those life lessons. And that's what we're striving for in Madera Unified every single season. So it's funny how everybody wants to remember when we all knew Gary, right? Like victory has 1,000 fathers, defeats an orphan. If Gary didn't win, if they didn't win a match, nobody knows you, kid. But today everybody wants to have the opportunity to shake hands with kids that make us so proud and coaches that make us so proud. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Marty, did the girls get a ring?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
They don't have them in yet, but they all have rings. Yeah.
Good job. Thank you, guys. Well done, ladies. Bye. Thank you. Now we move, go back to Student Board Representative Report. Vanessa Martinez. We already did. We voted on it. Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
did.
don't We're moving on to
Thank
the
you.
Student Board Representative. I've called you up a couple of times. You may start me.
Thank you. Good evening, Board President Salazar, Superintendent Lyle, Clerk Mendoza, all board members, and community members. My name is Vanessa Martinez Lira, and I am a senior at Madera South High School. I will be presenting information on behalf of Madera South High School. The holiday spirit was brought to campus when ASB leadership was able to collect wishes from students to grant throughout the month of December. Stanley visited over 40 stallions to grant their wishes and make the holiday a little more joyful with the help of staff and community donations. The winter spirit was a great way to have some fun before finals. Stallions took pictures with Stanley, searched for staff reindeers, got free hot cocoa, and were able to attend a holiday movie night. Our visual and performing arts program hosted their VAPA winter showcase. Our art students' drawings, paintings, and pottery were on display, and our band, choir, and drama department performed some of their most recent work. Madera South High School HOSA members collected socks, activity books, and blankets for the elderly residents at Madera Rehab and Nursing Home. They delivered the gifts and enjoyed Christmas caroling with all the residents, which brought many smiles to our Madera seniors. The Black Student Union hosted their first annual Kwanzaa celebration. BSU members across the district were invited to become their families to learn about Kwanzaa, share family recipes and traditions, and celebrate their culture together. Madera South hosted the first annual Robert Araboyo Holiday Hammer Wrestling Invitational, formerly the Chukchansi Wrestling Tournament, during the first week of December. We had 60 teams, and the event was a huge success with an explosive final championship round. Sledgehammers were awarded. Congratulations to our Madera South Palm team who won the Division III CIF Central Section Championships this weekend at Buchanan. We are very proud of you and your coaches. Time for some rings. Madera South girls soccer team volunteered their Saturday to help the community at the coffee run at Woodward Park on January 6th. They served hot chocolate and passed out medals to participants as they crossed the finish line. Great job, Stallions. Our upcoming events. This Friday, we will have our winter welcome back rally. We are so excited to welcome back our Stallions for a great second semester on January 29th. We are excited to welcome our future Stallions at our Stallion Preview Day. Our amazing show choir will have their concert on February 8th. We will be spreading the love to our Stallions and Madera Unified School District community during the Valentine's Day week. Last but not least, our BSU is collaborating with a local African drum circle group to come perform in honor of Black History Month. The date is still to be determined. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez-Lira. I invite Hector Hernandez to present the Alternative Education Student Board Representative Report.
Good evening, Board President, Superintendent Lyle, and board members. Hello, my name is Hector Hernandez, and I'm a senior at Mount Vista High School. I will be presenting information on behalf of the Alternative Education Schools. Next slide, please. First up is Mount Vista High School, where knowing their students by name, need, and interest is the focus for the year. For the month of December, Cesar Gomez Martinez was the sole fifth-year graduate from the class of 2023. This gives Mount Vista so far a total of 12 fifth-year graduates this year. On Friday, December 15th, students and staff participated in the end of the fall semester social event by bowling the night away. Students and staff joined in a friendly competition to see who are the top bowlers at Mount Vista High. The teachers won, of course. Good way to end the semester. On December 15th, the Mount Vista Panthers participated in the Bob Hobbs Merced Rotary International Flag Football Tournament. They put up a good fight playing Ironman football and playing 4 players against 6 players for all 3 games. Mount Vista ended with a 1-2 record for the tournament. December 20th was the first day of finals at Mount Vista, and teachers lightened the mood for students by dressing up their holiday costumes. They spread some cheer and laughter and provided candy canes for students as they arrived to school. Thank you to Mr. Larrabee, the Naughty Elf, Ms. Brown, the Polar Bear, Mr. Montiel, the Panther, and Ms. Mendoza, the Christmas Tree, for bringing smiles to students on this day and taking some stress away. Next is Ripperton High School. We got an opportunity to celebrate our student of the quarter, Leilani, who is a wonderful example of what taking advantages of 2 ends chances is all about. In addition to receiving her Student Hero Award, she was awarded with a brand new bike as well. Way to go. Our kids got an opportunity to participate in a flag football tournament in Merced. After losing their first game, the Roadrunners proceeded to win their next 3 games by an average of 30 points. Way to show great Roadrunners and finish up with a 3-1 record and 3rd place. Recently, Desmond invited some of our students in leadership out to speak with students. Our students shared a little bit of themselves and about making good choices in each one teach one model. The staff from Desmond reported that this event had a positively powerful impact on the students that participated. Our students reflected on the groups and were really happy and excited for more mentorship opportunities. Up next is Furman High School. Sorry if I butchered his name, but hooray for Mr. Faskada, our dedicated Furman High School counselor. We're thrilled to announce he was chosen as one of the top nominees for the prestigious California League of High School Educators of the Year award. Congratulations, Mr. Faskada, for embodying the true spirit of a student champion. Furman High had several students who completed their graduation requirements in December. Congratulations to all of these students, to all of these graduates and their families. Furman High is proud of them. Congratulations to Furman High students Mary Monzo, Abby Perez, and Mackenzie Sanchez on their acceptance to one or more UC and CSU college campuses. On December 19, 2023, Army Captain Andrew Cicerano and Army Captain Ariana Castillon Siciliano spoke to our Furman High parents and student body and about their unique Army experiences, world travels, and day-to-day life in the military. Our students responded enthusiastically with many questions about services and opportunities in the military. Furman High parents and attendances thanked the captains and Furman staff for organizing the much-needed presentation. Anthony Duran, one of our Furman High leadership students, was recruited directly by Fresno State University due to his high academic performance and also talents in video gaming sports. He will attend Fresno State starting this fall 2025 and plans to major in computer science. Furman High is very proud of you, Anthony. All of the alternative education school sites believe in helping all students finish strong and graduate. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Item number 7, Student Board Member Information Report. Trustee Duque Martinez, I invite you to share your report with the board.
Good evening, buenas tardes. Superintendent Lyle, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, staff, and members of the public. I hope you all are doing well and maintaining good health. The Torres High student body, along with staff, made the return in welcoming the new semester while bidding farewell to a year overflowed with adversity, optimism, and resilience. Despite the new beginnings coming forth, I would like to backtrack towards my previous report where I shared with you all my intentions moving forward, revolving around social and emotional support resources and the way in which mental health is portrayed on campus. I am pleased to share that I have started working alongside FNL, Friday Night Live, a program established at Torres High School, which is led by members of our student body and reinforced by Madera County mental and behavioral health resources, in order to further the support for the community as a whole. In cooperation with FNL and Madera County, we have gathered the privilege of receiving grants in order to fund the process of providing our student body with safe spaces, where they feel included. These safe spaces have stemmed from care closets, which are anticipated to be stocked with an abundance of hygiene products, nourishments, and donated clothing for students who do not have the opportunity to receive these materials on their own, to sensory gardens around campus in order to not only benefit those in need, but in addition spread a positive acknowledgement of mental health and all that comes with it. Not only have we been working towards those safe spaces, but I have been in contact with a tourist social and emotional resources in order to coordinate a day specifically for them to express towards the student body who they are, what they do, how to get in contact with them, and the importance of mental health. On that note, I would like to highlight our group of peer counselors who have completed their 16-week training and this semester will have the privilege of counseling students who are struggling with situations ranging from academic challenges to substance abuse. Their impact towards those who have made a valiant effort to ask for support has been substantial, and we are ecstatic to witness their growth within the years to come. Thank you.
Very well done.
Thank you, Trustee Duque Martinez. Trustee Taja, I invite you to share your report with the board.
Thank you. Good evening, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, Superintendent Lyle, Board of Trustees, and members of the public. I hope you're all doing well today. I'd like to report that as we have just returned from winter break, students are adjusting to the return and settling back into their classes. Our seniors have hit the ground running, though, working on their FAFSA applications and getting through the tedious process with the guidance and help of our counselors through FAFSA workshops. Not only that, but they are also finishing up their local scholarship applications due this Friday, January 26th. Seniors have expressed what a great relief it is to have the support from counselors and opportunities to get these important applications completed. Also this week, we are participating in the Great Kindness Challenge to spread some kindness to our student body and set a positive tone for the start of this semester. To conclude the week, I plan to host my second student voice meeting this Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. I'm hoping to get involvement from club members on campus and hear some new voices. I'd also like to announce that we are hosting our 8th grade preview, and it is open to all incoming freshmen that same Thursday. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Taja. Now on to, we're going to go on to item number A3, the Madera minutes. Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, we've been busy these last 2 weeks, so I invite you to see some highlights in the upcoming video.
December 14th, Madera Unified distributed 450 winter sweaters to students at Sierra Vista Elementary, courtesy of a donation from Ahmed Mike Alamari, president of Pacific Farm Management and Cal Pacific Supply Incorporated. A Madera native and alumnus of Madera Unified Schools, Alamari expressed his desire to continue giving back to the community after donating nearly 1,500 jackets and sweaters to MUSD students over the past 3 years. The sweaters have the district's motto, "We Believe," on the front, symbolizing Madera Unified's confidence in their students and dedication to champion and fostering self-belief for their success. Thank you to Mr. Alamari and everyone else involved. In the week leading up to winter break, Ireland Farming Company generously donated 220 boxed meals to Madera Unified families. The meals were then provided to families at different school sites, ensuring they could enjoy a hearty meal during the festive period. This act of kindness has not gone unnoticed and has been deeply appreciated by the Madera Unified School District and the families it serves. Chavez Elementary School held its 16th annual Community Pancake Breakfast, where over 1,500 parents, staff, and community members were served. The event is a heartwarming expression of gratitude and love for the Chavez community and its parents. Since 2006, students, teachers, and volunteers have united to create an experience that fosters togetherness and appreciation. During the breakfast, students prepared and cooked pancakes on griddles in various classrooms, allowing them to give back to their families and teachers. The event provides a delicious meal and teaches students the value of sacrifice and community building. We would also like to thank the Central California CHP for donating toys for the Chavez students. Over the holiday break, many Madera Unified students were part of winter intercession activities. The purpose of the program is to connect interactive and engaging activities such as STEM, robotics, dance, outdoor education, and video game design to school day academic standards, behaviors, and habits that can increase student engagement, spark curiosity, and boost academic performance in school. Thank you to all the staff who made the program a success for our students. Madera Unified Student Champion course was featured on PBS's Inside a California Education Show. The segment, which aired across the state, highlighted the significance of Madera Unified staff taking the course, becoming champions, and prioritizing student voices, perspectives, and expectations. The segment also told former student Jeremiah Goodman's story and reminded us all of the power of relationships. Congratulations to the Madera South High School Power Mechanics program, which recently became the first high school program in the state to achieve the Associated Equipment Distributors accreditation. This achievement means the students will gain valuable skills and experience, setting them up for success in the diesel industry. According to the Power Mechanics teacher Christopher Sharp, the accreditation ensures that students will develop the skills desired by the industry, enhancing their readiness for the workforce. That's a significant achievement for the power mechanics program here at Madera South that's had a long-standing tradition of success. To finally be able to prove that not only we're doing great things here in the area of small engines, but we're actually going a step farther, and we're really trying to get our kids career ready in this industry that's always ever changing for diesel technology. Madera Unified's newest department, the Community Athletics and Recreation Department, other known as CARD, kicked off its first event, Madtown Hoopsters. The free-to-all TK through 6th grade student 4-week program involved all 3 pyramids and allows students to learn fundamental basketball skills. Over 900 students are registered and received a free jersey and ball. CARD will have several more athletic programs available for students in the upcoming months. Congratulations to the Madera South High School Show Palm Dance team who won the Division III CIF Central Section Championship. The Stallion team will now move on to the USA Nationals competition in February in Anaheim. The entire Madera community is proud of you. MUSD's athletics department began a student athlete leadership team, other known as SALT, that consists of middle school and high school student athletes, coaches, athletic directors, and school administration. The SALT participated in its first Sportsmanship Summit on December 12th with the goal of learning strategies to enhance positive school culture and climate on and off the field. Presentation topics included game management, expectations of student athletes, coaches, and much more. Thank you to all the school district leadership who participated as guest speakers. Miss Elizabeth Ochoa, a teacher at Monroe Elementary School, was honored as the Region 7 California League of Schools Elementary Educator of the Year for 2023-24 at the Fresno Fort Washington Banquet Hall. Her speech at the event, emphasizing the potential of students and the impact of teachers, resonated deeply with the audience. This achievement not only recognizes Miss Ochoa's exceptional dedication, but also reflects the effectiveness of the staff at Monroe Elementary and the collaborative efforts within the school. Ms. Ochoa now qualifies for the State Educator of the Year, which will be announced in March.
Thank you. Now on to item number 8B, public hearing for visitors who wish to speak on a subject not on the board agenda. Ms. Elizondo?
15 minutes of the portion of the meeting are reserved for members of the public to address the board on items not listed on the agenda and within the jurisdiction of the school board. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. If the subject is an item on the agenda, the board president has the option of asking the speaker to hold a comment until that item is called. Comments on items listed as a public hearing on the agenda should be held until the hearing is open. The school board is prohibited by law from taking actions on matters discussed that are not on the agenda, and no adverse conclusions should be drawn if the school board does not respond to public comment at this time. If you wish to address the board on an item not on the board agenda, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach the podium or appear on our screen. Yeah.
My name is Luis Gutierrez. I am a Madera Unified District employee. I've been here for 18 years. Ms. Fleek was also my teacher. Thank you for being so hard on me. Thank you. But I just wanted to say to everybody, May 25th, I decided to take some time off of work and get myself sober. And I've been sober since July 5th of 2022. And I'm returning back to work. And I just wanted to thank everybody and let everybody know that we're blessed with our jobs. And I just wanted to share because without my job, I can't feed my kids. I wanted to give a little recognition to Sierra Vista School for their autism program. My son is excelling. That's him. For being here this long, he would have never done it. I'm proud of him. But I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you for actually believing. And I'm returning back. I've been coaching for 25 years. I mentor a lot of kids, and that is my calling. And I just wanted to say also the district is going to get a better and a new Luis Gutierrez. And I will be mentoring a lot of kids. And I just wanted to say I'm thankful and I'm blessed and I thank God. So thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Louis. Good night.
Anyone else?
President Salazar, we do not have any other.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lozano. Seeing no others on the hearing, no one, I close the public hearing. Information reports, union time. At this time, I invite the presidents of the unions to address the board. Mr. Holder? I don't see him in the audience. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. Mr. Holder's not available today, and no other union representatives. Superintendent, time? Superintendent's time.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, you know I have things to share. So congratulations to the Madera South High School cheer team for winning the Division III section championships. Some of us in the room know how hard the team has worked over the years to improve up to this prestigious point. Many of us know what great cheerleading teamwork looks like, and now we know that Madera South has proof and knows what it looks like too. So congratulations, Stallions. Also want to give a shout out to Director James Gambrell, the director of our Community Athletic and Recreation Department, and our District Athletic Director, Marty Bitter, the high school athletic directors, and our varsity basketball coaches for their joint effort and great success with Little Hoopsters. We have over 900 elementary students enrolled in the program, and the ball that all the kids got, all the boys and girls, that is the nicest indoor-outdoor ball I have ever. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. Like I'm so disappointed my kids don't have one. I'll have to fix that for next year. Also, the Kremen Administrative Leadership Council breakfast was held 2 weeks ago, and there was a select group of local superintendents. We all had the chance to provide feedback on the needs of public education to Fresno State University. The dialogue is meant to inform the professors of the challenges for which we need their support with students, with student teachers, their educational programming and guidance. And it was a critical but fruitful discussion about our future teachers. Pretty honest discussion all the way around. The Superintendent Professional Learning Network was held yesterday in Sacramento. It was a small group of superintendents from various parts of the state. We all met with Carnegie Foundation fellow member and former Fresno Unified Superintendent Mike Hansen. The day was spent on working through authentic issues that all of us have. They were very individualized. And then we know are negatively impacting our students and our colleagues and our families. And I want to thank the CCE, the Carnegie Foundation, and our board for this valuable opportunity to learn from some of the best around. And then, as I said earlier, most of us have heard the expression that victory has 1,000 fathers but defeats an orphan. Well, we also might remember a time not all that long ago when almost no one wanted to be responsible for the reclassification rates of our multilingual learners. Well, this is still work in progress, but there is reason to celebrate. Our teachers, administrators, and students are experiencing unprecedented successes due to the strong leadership and teamwork of Assistant Superintendent Sissel, Director Ochoa, and coordinators Cisneros and Mendoza, Director Uchima, and our area assistant superintendents and Assistant Superintendent of Leadership Rodriguez. None of them want accolades because of how much work the sites actually do to actualize all the plans that they've been building and the responses to data, but the conditions and focus that these leaders have created have created a sincere change. So last week, Director Ochoa shared that the MUSD multilingual student reclassification rate, which combines LPAC scores and other multiple measures, has soared to a pretty outstanding level. Of 789 students who had scored a 4 on the LPAC and were eligible to possibly reclass, 710 actually did. That's a 90% reclassification rate. So as proof, several schools have achieved blue status on the California dashboard last year, and we expect that to be even more pronounced this coming year. So leadership from teachers makes a huge difference. Principals setting the tone, irreplaceable. Support from ISET to really help us to problem solve and navigate all of this, I think it's been crucial. And the multilingual programs department's growing expertise I think it's been priceless. So I just wanted to say thank you to them for changing the direction of these students' educational journey through Madera Unified. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Lau. Now we go on to the consent agenda. Ms. Elizondo?
Items listed under consent agenda are considered to be routine and are acted on by the Board of Trustees in one motion. There is no discussion of these items prior to the board vote unless a member of the board or staff request specific items to be considered and discussed separately and or removed from the consent agenda prior to the adoption of the agenda. It is understood that the administration recommends approval on all consent items. Each item on the consent agenda approved by the Board of Trustees shall be deemed to have been considered in full and adopted as recommended.
And now open the consent agenda for public comment. Ms. Elizondo?
If you wish to address the board on an item included in the consent agenda, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, please click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach the podium or appear on our screen. President Salazar, we do not have participants who wish to address the board at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. See no one come forward, I close public comment. I now entertain a motion to approve consent agenda. State your name when making the motion and when you second the motion.
Trustee Dybert, I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Trustee Fleek, I'll second.
It has been moved by Trustee Dybert and second by Trustee Fleek to approve the consent agenda. There are two resolutions in the consent agenda. Mrs. Elizondo, please pull the board for the record.
Trustee Duque Martinez,
Yes.
Trustee Taha,
Yes.
Trustee Ahmad,
Yes.
Trustee Cortez,
Yes.
Trustee Dybert,
Yes.
Trustee Fleek,
Yes.
Trustee Seibert,
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza,
Yes.
and President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar counted 9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent. 2 of the 9 votes were preferential.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Superintendent Lau, do you have any administrative announcements?
Actually, I have a really important one, as a matter of fact. We have a gentleman here who started out his career in Madera Unified as a sub bus driver. And as we have had a really hard time saying goodbye to our Director of Transportation, Ms. Travis Griffin, we got to see this gentleman in action at a surprise party that he and her colleagues organized on her behalf. And it was really a fitting moment to honor her dedication, and the whole department really had the chance to celebrate. And Director Griffin, she leaves behind a healthy and hardworking team that has a strong degree of trust in its leadership. And it was really great to see Deputy Superintendent Schwartz address them too, and the camaraderie and the sense of community that I think that entire department really has developed over the last few years is pretty inspiring. So after a rigorous hiring process and knowing that Director Griffin is leaving us into retirement, well-earned retirement, it really does give me great pleasure to announce the promotion of a true gentleman who's worked all the way through the ranks in his department. As I said, he started as a sub bus driver in 2008, became full-time the very next year, decided he wanted to try to be a trainer in 2013, a supervisor in 2019, and then he applied for this crazy position that he has earned. So that's a lot of learning. It's a lot of stress. It certainly is a lot of responsibility. I'd like to introduce to you someone who has our confidence and who has definitely earned it, our next Director of Transportation, Mr. Ewing.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. A little nervous, but we put on the glasses. The eyes don't work like they used to,
We're all there, sir.
All right, just thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Very humbling. Thank you for your kind words. Just like to say good evening to the school board members, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, distinguished board members, members of the SEC. Yeah, thank you. Good evening. I'd like to say thank you for placing your trust in me. I promise to work hard every day to ensure that the students, parents, and community are provided with the very best transportation possible. Excuse me. Just a little bit about me. Hard work is my blood. I had a good leader there in Travis Griffin. She was a great mentor. Every day she showed me the way. Get up every morning, go to work, put on your boots, pack a lunch, and because it's going to be a long day. Do everything we can to do what's best for Madera Unified. I take pride in working hard and doing my very best each and every day. A little bit about myself. I'm a Madera boy, born and raised here in Madera, went to Madison, TJ, Madera High, graduated in '89. My parents went to school here in Madera. My kids go to school here in Madera. So there's a sense of pride there, knowing that it's a legacy and something that I believe in. And when you believe in something and the people that you work for, Superintendent Lyle and Sandon, I will run through a wall for you. Thank you for your trust. I am married to my wonderful wife, Stephanie, she actually had to run out and pick up my son. He plays for the Madera High basketball team. They're on their way back from Sanger, so maybe he'll make a surprise entrance here in the next few minutes. I have 4 children, EJ, Kelsey, Aaliyah, and Jake. In short, I'm invested in this program. My family and I, they know what it's like, the hours that we sacrifice and work hard every day. For my almost 16 years of experience working in various positions for Madera Unified Transportation Department, and have prepared me and molded me to where I truly believe I'm ready not just to take on the challenges that lie before me, but to conquer them. Excuse me, and lead this department to levels of success previously never achieved. So I would like to thank a few people. Of course, my wife, Stephanie. I lean on her every day for guidance and support. I could not take this job without her support at home. Her and my son, Jake, make sacrifices every day, the long hours every day that it takes to do this job. Thank you, and I love her. I know this is being recorded.
Smart man.
Acknowledge my parents, my mom and dad, taught me work ethic and to work hard every day, never to quit, and to give your absolute best. And then also my, kind of alluding to what you were talking about for Travis's going away party, my staff of bus drivers, mechanics, and office staff at Madera Unified Transportation. We are truly a team. And I truly believe we have their support, and without their support, we could not succeed. So it's thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity, and I promise to do my very best.
Thank you. Congratulations. Now we move on to item number 12, old business. Item number 12A, Educational Services Approved Secondary 7 to 12 New Course Submission for 2024-25 school year. Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, we have Director McKenna here for this item, and it looks like she's brought some friends.
I will not pretend to be knowledgeable on VAPA courses. So, Board President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, and Superintendent Lyle, back at the last meeting in 2023, we brought the first read of these items. And so just to review, any new course coming to secondary schools in Madera Unified goes through a curriculum council process. This committee is comprised of counselors and administrators from the sites, as well as district office staff. During that time, we look at new course proposals. We see how it complements what we already have, how it enhances current courses, and how it expands opportunities for students. Once that internal committee does a first and second read, we then bring them to you for a first and second read. And so all the courses tonight, we kind of have three categories. We have VAPA courses, we have a CTE leadership course that would be added, and then we have two general elective courses, so electives not in CTE or VAPA that students could take a part of, and those were journalism and film studies. And so at this time, Mr. Gillis or I would be happy to take any questions that the board has on this item.
Thank you. Trustees, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the classes don't have textbooks. And I know very well you can teach without textbooks. But, are you looking into getting resources so that, I'm sure the teachers will have ideas, but.
Yes, a lot of our courses in the VAPA courses that you see before you will rely on curriculum design teams with teachers to sort of outline not the lessons, but what would be the scope and sequence essentially for the course. And then we've provided supplemental resources, even to our existing courses, like online resources. But we don't want to be beholden to a chapter by chapter temptation, let's say, right? We want to be nimble and do what our students need now, and also provide the means for our teachers to collaborate with each other to make the decisions that they need for their students.
Thank you.
Trustees, any other questions? Thank you. I now entertain, and I open for public comment. Mrs. Elizondo?
Sorry. If you wish to address the board regarding this item, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach our podium or appear on our screen. President Salazar, we do not have any participants who wish to address the board at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Seeing none come forward, I close public comment. Trustees, I now entertain a motion and a second to approve item 12A1. Please state your name when you make a motion and second the motion.
Trustee Fleek, I move to approve the secondary 7 through 12 new course submissions for the 2024-2025 school year.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Trustee Ahmad, second.
Thank you. It has been moved by Trustee Fleek and seconded by Trustee Ahmad to approve item 12A1. Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board.
Trustee Duque Martinez,
Yes.
Trustee Taha,
Yes.
Trustee Ahmad,
Yes.
Trustee Cortez,
Yes.
Trustee Dybert,
Yes.
Trustee Fleek,
Yes.
Trustee Seibert,
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza,
Yes.
and President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar, I counted 9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent. 2 of the 9 votes were preferential.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Item number 13, new business. Item number 13A, administrative and support services, approved student enrollment and staffing projections for 24-25 years. Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, we have Director Cox here of our Facilities Planning and Construction Management Department, and she'll be presenting this item to the board as she does every year.
Good evening, President Salazar, members of the board, Superintendent Lyle. As our superintendent just mentioned, I'll be reviewing our student enrollment and staffing projections for 2024-25 school year, as I do every year. Specifically, I will be going over our assumptions and then review the actual projections with you. I have a short PowerPoint. There we go. Yeah, perfect. So next slide. Thank you. So assumptions and then the enrollment and staffing projections. Next slide. Okay, so our student to teacher ratios continue to be as follows. Our TK through 3rd grade is at 24-1. Our 4th grade is at 30-1. And then our 5th through 12th grade is at 35-1. We will have transitional kindergarten classes at all of our sites next year. Madison's DLI program will be TK through 7th grade for next year. Pershing, as you know, is our DLI strand school for and it will be for kindergarten through fourth grade for next year. Washington will continue to offer our Heritage Language Program for TK through fourth grade next year. At our middle schools and now our high schools, they will run a 7-period day. And I'm happy to note that there are no attendance area changes for next year. So that's great news. Next slide. I know this is very difficult to see, but hopefully I think you have a hard copy in front of you. So given that information, here is our enrollment and staffing projections for next year. Overall, we show a projection of 20,143 students district-wide, so a decrease of approximately 48 students. I also want to make mention that we account for residential development in our projections, and so we track that very closely. So for instance, in the Rose attendance area, we have the Crown Homes development with 134 homes. That equates to approximately 42 students given our generation rates. And so we have seen and we have enrolled approximately 15 students as of October CBED's date this year at Rose from that development.
How many?
15 students from that development. And so in our Rose projections for next year, we account for the remaining students. We also account for residential development in other schools projections such as Adams, Alpha, Nishimoto. As far as staffing, we are projecting an increase of 23 regular ed FTEs, and that is due to the change to a 7-period day at the high school level, and then 8 special ed FTEs. So you'll see there a grand total of 31 FTEs for next year. And then finally, just to compare this year's numbers, we projected 20,334 students, and our actual enrollment this year as of October CBEDS was 20,191. So a difference of 143 students. And the difference is primarily in our TK and K. For instance, we projected 486 TK students and our actual enrollment was 390 students, so a difference of 96 students. Also, our kindergarten numbers continue to decline. In the last 5 years, our kindergarten numbers have declined by 12%. So we used to have kindergarten classes at about 1,500 students, and now we're seeing them at approximately 1,300 students. And then as far as this year's actual numbers to last year's, we increased by 53 students when you compare our 2022 CBEDS to our 2023 CBEDS. So a small increase, and that's primarily right now in our middle school level. We have a little bubble at our middle school level. And that concludes my presentation for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why do you think our kindergarten is decreasing?
So looking at our, and I have it here, I can pull it out, but our birth rate data in our 2 zip codes continue to decline.
And what is it for TK? Is TK hopeful or it's declining?
So we were a little surprised this year for TK. So we did notice that looking at the birth rate data, we anticipated a capture rate. So of the students that are eligible, we anticipated about a 60 or so % capture rate of those students that are eligible for TK. And we did see that in their birthdays in September, October, November, December. But as the students get younger, so as their birthdays are in January and February, that capture rate is decreasing. So that caught us off guard this year, and that's kind of why we were off by our projections this year. So we've made modifications for that for our projections next year.
Thank you.
I now open for public comment. Ms. Elizondo?
If you wish to address the board regarding this item, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach our podium or appear on our screen. President Salazar, we do not have participants who wish to address the board at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Seeing none come forward, I close public comment. Trustees, do you have any more further questions?
I have a question. Director Cox, I see that on the far right column, the rooms needed for 24-25, I see 3, 4, 5 rooms. Is this -1? So what is that,
So
those
the-
rooms are going to be utilized for something else, I'm assuming? Is
So
it
the
be-
-1 just indicates that it's an empty room per se, and it could be used for any other use.
So
outside
have
of
they
being a
always
classroom.
have they always had the -1, I mean, from years before, or is it because of enrollment or?
It just depends on enrollment and then staffing. So depending on the enrollment of the school and how we staff according to our enrollment per grade level, sometimes it ends up being that the site ends up having an extra room. And obviously then we definitely look at that room is needed if it's a positive number, because that would mean then we would need a room.
Okay, thank you.
Dixieland. Yes. You're adding a classroom. Now you're going to need one less classroom?
So we did add the portable for last year, or last year we added the portable. And currently right now, the projection does show that we will have an empty room for next year. And so the site right now, I know that they're using rooms, there's an office space in the cafeteria that they're using for, I believe it's for some counselors. So now those folks can actually use a classroom.
Thank you.
Thank you. I now entertain a motion and a second to approve item 13A1. Please state your name when you make the motion, second the motion.
Trustee Ahmad, make a motion 13. Make a
Thank you.
motion to approve 13A1.
Do you have a second?
Trustee Fleek, all second.
Thank you. It has been moved by Trustee Ahmad and second by Trustee Fleek to approve item 13A1. Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board.
Trustee Duca Martinez,
Yes.
Trustee Taha,
Yes.
Trustee Ahmad,
Yes.
Trustee Cortez,
Yes.
Trustee Dybert,
Yes.
Trustee Fleek,
Yes.
Trustee Seibert,
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza,
Yes.
and President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar counted 9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent. 2 of the 9 votes were preferential.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Item number 13B, Fiscal Services. Item 13B1, approved 2024-25 proposed core staffing. Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and members of the board. We have CFO Garcia here for this item. She brings it every year, but we're a little earlier than we've been because we want to stay pretty organized in the way that we approach the rest of this semester in terms of hiring. And we've done a lot of work on this. And so CFO Garcia, hey, you're in the home stretch. Take us home.
Thank you. Good evening, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, trustees, Superintendent Lyle. As you say, every year we have to bring to the board the proposed core staffing. So that means we analyze how many staff we're going to need for the year 24-25. So since we printed the agenda, I have 2 changes that were made, so I'll point it out to you. So the 24-25 proposed core staffing, the new positions that we're needing is 71.75 FTE, and it's 4 new management positions, 49 new certificated positions, and classified is 18.75 FTE new positions. We were very diligent, the superintendent executive cabinet. We spent many Fridays looking at all the positions that we have currently in our position control program. And so we identified 29.38 FTE that we were able to close, freeze, so that we are reducing the cost that we can use to fund part of the new positions. So we have 11 management positions that we're closing or freezing, 10.5 positions in certificated and 7.88 positions in classified. And it will be more details in the next slides. So for management positions, it's 4 new positions. So the estimated cost is $655,452. Most of these, 2 of the positions are being funded with ELOP and 2 with LCFF. The LCFF is Local Control Funding Formula. ELOP is the Extended Learning Opportunity Program. So we need a principal for the Hussein School. I know that we have not breaking ground yet, but we need to start planning next year to open in the following year in August. And we have done it before, bring the principal 1 year early so they can develop the whole staffing and the whole opening of the school. So then we have a special education coordinator, and that is to help the special education program to help the leadership team. The community athletics event supervision is to help with the CAR program that we have, and that is through the ELOP program. And we also are requesting a director for the ELOP program, and that is, right now we have a coordinator. So one change that since we printed the agenda is on the cost, the estimated cost for the director of ELOP. I have revised the amount to $205,800. So you see that difference in there. And that happens because when we budget for a new position, we usually take like the middle step of that range. But since we already have a coordinator, and that coordinator is at the end of the salary schedule, she's in step 5. So it looked like it's pretty much the same amount from step 3 of the director and step 5 of the coordinator. So that's the little change. So the positions that we are closing will be the coordinator of ELOP, a speech and language pathologist. We have 22 positions currently, but we have like about, I think, 9 that are vacant, and it's been really hard to recruit. So we're still gonna recruit, but we are gonna also continue with the teleservices, and we have vendors that we're using to provide the services, especially for the older kids, that they can really use those services better than the little ones. And so we also have the behavioral health supervisor that we never hire, and that was funded with a grant, the Learning Recovery Grant. The coordinator of migrant education, we had that position vacant this year, and those duties were absorbed by the director of state and federal programs. So we don't need that position anymore. And the school-based health mental health coordinator, that is also grant funded, and we're closing that position. Any questions in there?
Your director of the ELP, it's awful high salary.
What is the question again?
$205,000 for the director of ELP.
The director, $205,000.
Yeah, how do you come up with that figure? That's a lot of money. I mean,
Well, that is total compensation, including statutory benefits, health and welfare, and everything else. So it's about, we'll say 165, and then plus taxes, plus health and welfare.
still seems like an awful lot.
It's according to our salary schedule, where all the directors are in that range.
That's what all the directors get.
Yes.
My question is, we're taking out the speech and language pathologists. I know it's hard to find some, but then when we do, then we're going to have to add them back in, right? That the ones that are hard to find?
We're gonna hire the remaining
vendors?
the remainder vacant positions that we have. We're gonna recruit for those. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep the vendor contracts to keep providing the services for to the students.
Yeah, but in the vendor contract, is it going to offset this kind of amount?
It's
What's the
not,
difference between the vendors and having these type of employees, 7 of them?
right now, we have 4 contracts, and it's 1.5 million that we have in the contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is only $1 million that we're reducing.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, well, we're not paying, but we're budgeting for both.
budgeting for
This
both,
year,
yeah.
We're
this year,
budgeting for
we're
both.
budgeting for both. So next year, we don't want to do the same thing. We're gonna make sure we have the contracts in place while we're recruiting for the remaining vacant positions. If we fill them all and we feel that we need more, we'll come back to the board.
Okay, thank you.
Yes?
All the positions there also incorporate the benefits?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
total
they're all-
compensation,
okay.
yes.
All right, just want to make sure. Okay, thank you.
So I have a question regarding the speech and language pathologist. So we're going to take off 7. How many do we have employed speech and pathologists?
We have 9 in the field positions right now, and we're going to keep 15. We're going to keep 15 positions. We have 9. So we're
Okay.
still going to recruit 6 more.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to staff to meet the needs of all of our K through 8 students, TK through 8s, or 6 students, and our secondary students are already getting the virtual services because they're at a different level, and we're feeling that's more successful. That's why we're budgeting 15 to make sure we can meet the needs of our elementary students.
So you budgeted for 21
Right now, yes, for 22.
for
This
22?
year.
Okay.
Yes, that's why you see that the effective date. So if it's approved, we're going to close the positions as of tomorrow.
Thank you. And this is going to serve K through 12? Is the services they're going to provide, or pre-K, or?
The vendors or the
Well, either one.
positions. The positions, like Assistant Superintendent Ayala said, the positions, the people that we're going to hire, they are going to serve the elementary schools. And then the vendor contracts are going to be services for the older kids, like the high school kids.
Those are the virtual that you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So secondary will be virtual, it'll be telehealth, and then elementary will be in person. That's what we're trying to structure.
Next slide. So for certificated positions, 49 new positions, the estimated cost is 4.6 million. The local control funding formula is funding 3.5 million. The literacy coaches and reading specialist grant, we have 452,500. This is a new grant that our 5 new schools qualify for. Currently, we have 6. Currently we have 3 schools that qualify for this grant, and we don't need to apply for this grant. The state says these schools qualify, you need to get this money and provide services. And so we currently have 3 schools that are qualifying. 4 schools, I'm off by 1. 4 schools that qualify, and so we already hired the teachers for these schools. These literacy coaching and reading specialists, the 452, it's 6 new schools, and we're gonna hire 5 new literacy coaches. Some schools are gonna share a person. The smaller. Okay. Amounts?
Smaller populations.
Thank you. We also have some positions that are going to be funded with the Prop 28, 452,500 and 90,500 in other grants. That one is Title I, Title III, I think. Yes. And so, next slide. There is the list of the certificated positions. So the enrollment projections were approved earlier by the board. So those 23 teachers, additional 23 teachers in the regular classes is in the first row, and that is for the implementation of the 7th period at high school. And then we have 8 teachers for special education, according to the enrollment projections. The rest are teachers because we're expanding at Madison, we're gonna need elective teachers. So we have 3 FTE there. Also at Washington and Pershing, the teacher for DLI and RTI, it's needed. So we have 1 FTE. We're expanding on the newcomers program. So we are adding a teacher at Madera South and a teacher at MLK to expand on the newcomers program. Teachers, reading specialists, we need 5, and those are the ones that we were talking earlier about that new grant. And we also have the Prop 20A teachers there. We have art teachers for the independent study that will be a K-12, and music teachers for the alternative education. To help special ed, we are adding 2 psychologists. And the rest are the positions that we identified that we don't need. So we're either closing or freezing effective immediately. Any questions in there?
Just as a point of clarification for those of you that are trying to place Prop 28, you remember that was on the ballot. It was voted into law, and it's a requirement for us to use 90%, 80% for staffing, new staffing, right? So you can't shift that funding toward existing positions.
Thank you for that. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Next slide. So for the classified positions, we adding 18.75 new positions. And so we're adding a grants 1 and grants 2 for the maintenance department, and 1 is going to Madera High. Bilingual paraprofessionals, we need 2 of them for the newcomers program, so to go with the teachers. And they work 7 hours, so that's why you don't see you see a 1.6, because they are not 8 hours employees, they are 7-hour employees. Special education paraprofessionals, so we get 8 new teachers. We have to add at least 2 paraprofessionals with each teacher for these classes, so that's why you see that 13.13 FTE. A curator that we still working on a job description, and Assistant Superintendent Aiello with Director Barreras and Director Gillis are working on that job description, and it's going to be funded with the Prop 28. And we are also increasing the position for the payroll specialist lead, and that will help with the career ladder. Currently, I have a payroll specialist, and then I have a supervisor. So we're going to put in a lead in the middle to start, getting that experience to have leadership. So later on, we're preparing to be a payroll supervisor or a business manager or a CFO, the next CFO. So I crossed out the payroll specialist because we don't know who's going to get the lead position. So, but eventually a position will be either freeze or close once the recruitment process happens. So the rest is all the positions that we identified that we are not keep open. And as you can see, some of the positions are the parent resource centers. All these positions are vacant positions, so no employees are losing their jobs. And so what we're doing in some of the positions is, when we have a vacant position in a school site that has ongoing funding, we are shifting employees that are being paid with a grant, like COVID funds. They are going away this year. So those COVID fund positions, as they get vacant from another, like a school site, we are sending those employees to this school site, so we are not laying off anybody. So the fiscal impacts is estimated at 2.5 million. The local control funding formula is 3.1 million. Extended learning opportunity programs, 174,000. Literacy coaching grant, 452.5. Arts and music, the Prop 28, 572.5. And other grants, so the eliminations of all those positions or freezing, it's releasing 1 million. We also did another process that we as a superintendent executive cabinet, we look at all the vendor contracts that we currently have and identify which ones we can either reduce or eliminate for next year. So that is the 800,000 that you see at the bottom.
So for the bundled contract, we're starting early. We recognize the need to do that. We'll bring that to you later in the spring, but we're already engaged in the process now.
Now, if you have any questions, happy to answer.
Thank you. I now open this item for public comment. Mrs. Elizondo?
If you wish to address the board regarding this item, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach the podium or appear on our screen.
Thank you, Ms.
We do not have any, sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Seeing none come forward, I close public comment. Trustees, do you have any questions for staff? No? I'll now entertain a motion and a second to approve item 13B1. Please state your name when you're making the motion and second the motion.
Trustee Dybert, I move to approve the 2024-25 proposed core staffing.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Trustee Fleek, I'll second.
Okay, thank you. It has been moved by Trustee Dybert, second by Trustee Fleek to approve item 13B1. Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board.
Trustee Duque Martinez,
Yes.
Trustee Taha,
Yes.
Trustee Ahmad,
Yes.
Trustee Cortez,
Yes.
Trustee Dybert,
Yes.
Trustee Fleek,
Yes.
Trustee Seibert,
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza,
Yes.
and President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar, I counted 9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent. 2 of the 9 votes were preferential.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Item number 13B2, approve 2022-23 audit report. Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board and public. We have CFO Garcia back at the plate again. You shouldn't get to bat twice, but you might as well hit a second home run.
Thank you. Again, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and trustees, as this is another routine item that comes to you every year, is the audit report. And I have via Zoom, the auditor, Brian Zelinsky. He will help me present this item, but I want to let you know there is no findings. So that is always our goal. And so, Mr. Zelinsky, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, members of the board and public and everyone there. My name is Ryan Zelinsky. I'm with iBailey. Just a little background. I've been here about 15 years or so this is all I've done. So thank you for giving me the time to come out and give this presentation. It's just a few slides, so it's kind of the summary of the whole audit process. So if we can move on to the next slide, please. Perfect. Okay. So the audit process, it's really kind of a 3-4 stage process throughout the year. It's not, we don't come in 1 week a year and get it all done. No, we're usually there in the spring once or twice, and then the fall we're in there about once. So we're constantly in the district communicating with everyone there. So if you'll excuse me, I don't have my glasses on. So the audit process, what we do is we'll select a couple of sites, school sites, and we'll go there and we'll test attendance and a couple of things there. And then in the spring, when we visit the district office, we're doing compliance audits, internal control kind of stuff. And then when we come out in the fall, we come out after the district has closed their books and you guys have approved the unaudited actuals. And then we take all that information, we audit. At that time, we're doing, cash, AP, AR, the kind of stuff with numbers more attached to it. And then we do our work, we give the audit, and we give our opinion. So that's kind of what it is. Just a little note, we're there for 2 weeks out of the year at the district office. But a lot of the work is behind the scenes with auditing. There's rightfully so, there's a lot of standards and everything to do this and give our opinion on this. So there's a lot of standards that we have to comply with that no one ever sees. It's all in the background. It's all dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So even if we're not there right in front of you, we are working on the audit.
Okay, so if we can just move on to the next one, please. Okay, so like Lorella said, the district had a unmodified opinion letter. That's the cleanest you can get. So there was no findings for the financial side, the federal compliance side, and the state compliance side, because the federal has certain requirements that we have to test. This year we audited the ESSER grants again. We're probably going to audit those every year until they're gone. And then we audited the child nutrition grant. That's your National School Lunch Program. So we audited those 2 grants for that year, no issues. State compliance, that the state puts out an audit guide every year, and there's certain areas that we have to audit. That list kind of tends to grow and grow and grow every year. So there's more on our plates, and there's also more on your guys' plates as well. So I want to give thanks again for your district staff and everyone there, because whenever we come there, it's easy. We try to make it as easy as for you, but you guys, your team really makes it easy for us to come in there and audit you guys. Sometimes we don't get a great warm welcome. So, but Madera has always treated us well. So thank you again. We can go on to the next slide real quick. Okay, so the structure of the audit report. If you're looking in the audit report, the very front thing is the opinion letter. That's why we do this. But again, unmodified, no issues there. But right after that, it's called the management discussion analysis. This is the very summary level kind of cliff notes reading. If you want to kind of read, it's about 15, 20 pages or so. So it's kind of it's the easiest read for you, and also compares prior year data to current year data, and some highlighting some of the changes there. So that's the MD&A. And if we go on to the next one, perfect. And then right after that, there's a statement of net position. That's all of your assets, your liabilities. And then right after that is your statement of activities. That's your revenue and expenditures of the district. And one thing to note about those 2 financial statements is those are everything. So that's your, when you look at your fund financials, those don't have your capital assets and your long-term debt on there. So, but the statement of net position, what it does is it's a conversion process. And so what we do is we take your fund financials and then we convert it to full accrual GAAP. So the statement of net position, that'll again have your capital assets, your long-term debt, your OPEB, your pension liability, all that stuff that is not reflected in your fund financial statement. And then right after that are your fund financial statements. So, and if you ever want to get curious, there are reconciliations between those 2. So they do reconcile. The fund financial statements, how you'll see that one, you'll see various columns. Each column is generally like the general fund and maybe the building fund and the bond industry redemption fund. But so those are all individual funds. And then at the very end, there's the non-major funds or aggregate remaining. Those are a accumulation of all of your smaller funds. And so if they don't meet certain thresholds to get presented separately, they all get aggregated and presented as one column and audited as one opinion unit, we call it. And then following that is your notes and any additional supplementary schedules. Okay, so after that, please. All right, statement of net position. So the net position at the very end of the day, if you take all of your assets and you take all of your liabilities, at the end of the day, it closed with $384 million. And then of that $384 million, unrestricted was negative $60 million. Due to the implementation of GASB 68 a couple years ago, when you guys had to put your pension liability on the books, that caused a lot of districts unrestricted to go from positive to negative. So don't just see a negative $60 million. There's more that goes into that negative $60 million. Your long-term obligations, your COPS and your bonds ended at $278 million, and your other debt amounted to about $15 million. Your OPEB, that liability is measured by an actuary, and we take those reports and we get the numbers that they gave us and we put them in your audit report and we audit it. Similar thing as your pension liability. That's more at the state level, but they have actuaries that take birth rates or, different factors, right, that kind of go to measure how much that liability is going to be. So OPEB was 23 million and your pension was 223 million. All right, if we can go on to the next one. Oh, okay, that's it. It was just a quick presentation to say thank you. Here's the process. Here's kind of the big numbers. And then if there's any questions or comments, I'm here. And if I'm not, I'm always available too. So.
Okay, thank you. I now open this item for public comment. Mrs. Elizondo?
If you wish to address the board regarding this item, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach our podium or appear on our screen. President Salazar, we do not have participants who wish to address the board at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Seeing none come forward, I close public comment. Trustees, do you have any questions for staff? None? Okay, thank you. And I entertain a motion and a second to approve the item 13B2. Please state your name when you make a motion and a second the motion. Nobody?
Trustee Ahmad make a motion to approve 13B2.
Thank you.
As stated.
Myself, President Salazar. It has been moved by Trustee Ahmad and second by President Salazar to approve item 13B2. Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board.
Trustee Duque Martinez?
Yes.
Trustee Taha?
Yes.
Trustee Ahmad?
Yes.
Trustee Cortez?
Yes.
Trustee Dybert? Trustee Dybert?
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Fleek?
Yes.
Trustee Seibert?
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza?
Yes.
And President Salazar?
Yes.
President Salazar, it counted 9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent. 2 of the 9 votes were preferential.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Announcements, item 14, announcements. Superintendent Lyle, do you have any announcements for the board?
Well, I do. So the 2024 school board dinner event that was scheduled for next Tuesday, January 30th, has been rescheduled and is now taking place on Tuesday, March 5th. The calendar event change was done today, and you can accept the invitation if you would like to RSVP for this event once again. Art Jam District Competition on Tuesday morning, January 30th for elementary, and Wednesday afternoon, January 31st for secondary at the Madera South High School East Gym. So that's a pretty fun event. I know we like to go to it. So please contact our superintendent's office if you'd like more information. The Art Jam Awards event has been added to the board calendar for the 31st at 5:30 p.m. We have a summit coming up called Measure What We Value, Bridging the Gap Between K-12 and Higher Education. That'll be on February 1st at the Fresno Convention Center, and it's an all-day event, and we have already registered President Salazar, Trustee Cortez, Dybert, and Fleek. If any other trustees are interested in attending, please let Maria know so she can get you registered. We do have district staff that will be presenting, and this is sponsored by Parsec. 2024 Project Run, you may remember the Run Madera is the charity event run by Alicia Brown. And so the 2024 Project Run Madera Gatsby Gala will be held on February 3rd from 5 to 11 p.m. at the Madera Municipal Golf Course on Avenue 17, and we will have a table if you're interested in going. Madera FFA's annual dinner dance will be held Saturday, February 3rd from 5:30 to 8 p.m. I think it goes later than that. That's when the dancing gets started. At the Encore Event Center. Please see Maria about after the meeting if you'd like to go and you need a ticket. We have 3 board members who have confirmed their attendance already and got their tickets today. That's the best steak of the year. It just is. The CVEC meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, February 7th at Madera County Superintendent of Schools office. President Salazar and Trustee Fleek have already confirmed their attendance. The 2024 Coyote Baseball Dinner will be held on Saturday, February 10th from 5 to 7 p.m. I think that's just when things get started too. At the San Joaquin Winery on Avenue 16, and they'll be inducting some members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. That should be a really fun one. We also have a table there. The Madera NAACP Gala will be on the same night, Saturday, February 10th, from 5:30 to 7:30. Can't imagine it's going to be over at 7:30 at the Madera Municipal Golf Course on Avenue 17, and we also will have a table there. So please check the board's calendar for any of these events. Kindly accept the invitations if you like and are able to attend. Be careful when accepting the events, as some events fall on the same day and time as others. There are multiple conflicts there, so just see those for what they are. And lastly, we have a holiday. We have Lincoln's birthday on Monday, February 12th. The day before our next regular board meeting. So if you come in to get your agenda, and on a Monday, there might not be anybody here. Not as if that's ever happened to anybody.
Thank you, Superintendent. Item 15A, miscellaneous board member committee and information reports. Trustees, there's an opportunity for you to provide the board updates on reports or committee meetings on events you have attended. Trustee Ahmad.
Nothing to report at this time.
Trustee Cortez.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Trustee Dybert.
Just one report. Last Wednesday, I attended the PAC meeting, and this group and the DLAC group, they have it all down. They know, those parents know how to start the meeting, how to do the roll call, and how to conduct the meeting. So I was just want to say publicly how impressed I was by how the parents have developed a sense of ownership. They stepped up to the plate and they set the course, and all the parents respond positively. Aside from the agenda, there were several ideas that were discussed to help students with clothing or something. Somebody asked about it, and there were so many hands that were raised. It says, I can help, I can volunteer. And I think that sets a tone and sets the example of how our parents are willing to work with our district. So it was just kudos to them too. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Dybert. Trustee Fleek.
Okay, the theme for the Martin Luther King Jr. celebration was I Too Have a Dream. And we had 2 student speakers that were very well spoken. The keynote speaker, Dr. Kim Armstrong, spoke about her dream, and she was very proud of the fact that in her family there were 5 generations of college graduates. The celebration ended with everyone holding hands and singing We Shall Overcome. At the PAC meeting, officers were selected, and it was very heartwarming to hear from all the people that wanted to help less fortunate students. And some people shared information about resources that are available now. But we're going to start a committee about, trying to get some other things done. Yesterday at the Madera County Arts Authority board meeting, discussion continued on the murals that are going up throughout Madera. The Main Street project was presented by Arnaldo Rodriguez, our city manager, Horacio's brother. He did a really good job. Caltrans has the final say and will probably cost over $18 million. Wow. At the Madera County Historical Society Museum, we are getting ready for 3rd grade tours. We just trained some new docents, and February 1st, we will be working with third grade teachers, and we'll start our tours February 5th through March 15th. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Fleek. Trustee Seibert?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Clerk Mendoza?
Thank you. I too attended the meeting with Trustee Dybert, and I would agree that
That's the PAC meeting?
yes, and that they were. I was very impressed, and they were very engaged. I felt pretty good about it. I'm sure they all did. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. And myself, I have nothing to report. Thank you, trustees. Advanced planning, the next board meeting is scheduled for February the 13th here in the Madera Unified School District. And suggested future items. Trustees, any suggested future items? No, trustees?
Yes, actually. So I was prior to the winter break, I was approached by a parent and by a coach of a student who was negatively affected by one of our board policies, policy 5116, and having to do with enrollment in a school outside of the student's residential boundary. And I'd like to see if, I think that as a board, we'd benefit from maybe a workshop to better understand this policy. And I think it's an important policy. And I think it's very important to our parents, prior to making such a move, to understand how this is going to affect their student athletes and their ability to compete entering into high school, and how this policy also requires them to sit out, to have a sit out period for about 12 months. And besides that, I think there also should be perhaps an appeals process for maybe those families that are going through some extenuating circumstances. And so I understand that the policy is intended to prevent unfair recruiting practices, but I feel like sometimes life happens, and sometimes students may see themselves negatively affected or prohibited from competing for something that may not necessarily be their fault. So I believe that maybe a workshop on this policy would be in order. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cortez. Trustees, any other future items? If not, it is 9:16, and I adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for attending the board meeting. Good night.